Welcome back, dear viewers, and I am pleased to be joined by our distinguished guest, Senior Meteorologist Jamal Ibrahim. Good evening, and thank you for joining us, sir.
Good evening to you and to all our viewers. It's my pleasure to be with you.
First and foremost, sir, how is the daily weather related to aviation?
It's related 100%. Okay, like if you are driving a car, you have to know which road you are going on. You have to read the maps. You go in first ring road, second ring road, if the road is clear or not clear or bumpy or not. So aviation, because airplanes fly in the air,
Yes.
not in the ground. So they have to know 100% what's going on the air. So they are going from one airport to another airport. This is exactly our job. It's not our job to give you is it going to be rainy tomorrow or dusty? No. This is something extra we give it to the public. But our main job, meteorological office is in every single airport in the world, whether it is military or civilian. No airplane flies without having a route forecast map. A route forecast map is very, very important. It shows where he's taking off from. For instance, from Kuwait, he's going to England.
Yes.
From the time he takes off Kuwait, he knows all the air in state of Kuwait and the Kuwait International Airport, or the upper air he goes. Then he goes through flying level or altitude.
Yeah.
Till the time he arrives to England.
Yeah.
We give him all these route forecasts. We explain everything to him so he flies safe.
So is it important to always check the weather? Now, we all know about sometimes we're flying and traveling, there's going to be air bumps or turbulence. So what exactly, people are wondering, what causes this air bumps or turbulence while we're flying?
Turbulence. Sometimes when you're flying, pilot says, please fasten your seat belts. There's air turbulence ahead of us. Automatically you look at the window.
Yes.
You don't see anything. That's exactly what the pilot sees. He sees nothing. He cannot see the air turbulence with his eye. But what he said, because we show him the turbulence in the map, we give him a route forecast. So we call it CAT, C-A-T.
Okay.
CAT is not the animal cat.
Yes.
It's CAT, abbreviation for clear air turbulence, which cannot be seen by the eye, but we appoint this area. The bumpy condition, it happens because he's flying, going from one speed to another, wind speed. When he travels for the wind speed 20 knots, then he goes to 40 knots, then he goes to 60 knots. Whether the headwind or tailwind, he has to go through it. If it is a headwind, it costs him more fuel. If it is takes more time. If it's tailwind, he saves the fuel. He arrives before time or shorter time. And this, when he goes more than 60 knots in nautical miles, we're talking about nautical miles, is about 1,850 meters. Other miles, road map they're using, 1 mile road mile is about 1,650 meters.
Okay.
So nautical mile is longer. When he goes more wind, so he goes to bumpy air. So sometimes this starts from 60 knots, it reaches about 150, 140 knots. So go through very, very bumpy air.
Now, Bu Yusuf, and I will call you Bu Yusuf because we are dear friends also outside of the studio. Now, tell me, Bu Yusuf, so some people are wondering, which is safer when it comes to traveling? Is it the driving in the car or is it flying?
I would say flying, because flying is much, much safer. Airplane, about 100 people work for this airplane before it takes off. And all the people on the ground watching this airplane. And the daily movement, daily accident, car accident, we have thousands of accidents all over the world. 100 people, more than hundreds of people die from car accidents daily. But we don't have daily air crash. It could happen every 4 or 5 or 6, sometimes even 10 years.
That's true.
If it is related to weather. Now we have, if they could show us on the screen, the maps I brought them with me. I show you the folder, how we do the folder, how the pilot reads the folder, if we can see the first page. Please, our...
So as the people behind the scene prepare those graphs that you have mentioned, let's also dive deeper into what are some of the common challenges that meteorologists face when it comes to this sort of thing. Yes.
Okay, I start working.
Or this is the graph you mentioned?
Okay, this is the first page. Is a cover page. Like we flight so and so going from Kuwait to England or to States. This is the page TAF, we call TAF page. TAF. No, we go back to the first one. First, yes, this one. We have the name of the station, name of State of Kuwait, 4-letter words, OKBK, Bahrain, OBBI. We write the terminal forecast area, TAF.
Which means?
Terminal area forecast, or the forecast for the airport where the plane going off or going in.
I see, yeah.
Okay, so the pilot takes from Kuwait to England. We give him all the TAFs for all the airports he's flying through, underground. So just in case of emergency, he wants to land, he knows what's down. If we go to the other map shows, okay, this map, we can see the wind direction and wind speed. According to these maps, we give him the operation, airline operation. They make calculation. A flight takes about, from Kuwait to England, takes about 7 hours because he has headwinds ahead of us. If he had a strong wind, more turbulence, it takes him 7 hours and 30 minutes. And if there's tailwind, when we're going from London to Kuwait, it takes shorter space. He has a tailwind. If we go to another map, this we have 3 levels. It shows in the wind direction or the bumpy weather.
Yes, yes. It's very educational, Yusuf, because to the normal person, or like for me, for example, it looks very foreign to me. So to be able to decipher what means what, I'm sure that took a long time to understand. But it's very educational. We do appreciate you.
Yeah, this is all numbers and abbreviation word like OKBK, so name of Kuwait International Airport, OKBK, Bahrain, OBBI. And every country, our area is O, starts with O. Another map shows them the air turbulence flight, the last map, and we show them the CB clouds. If there's a CB clouds, they have to fly at least 30 kilometers. This one, they have to fly away, or the last one, they fly away from the CB cloud for about 30 kilometers per hour because the wind is so strong, throws a piece of hail, comes about as a football.
This is
size of the football
in the air, yes.
In the air, and weighs about 5.5 kilos.
Oof.
So this could destroy your engine or anything. So they have to fly away from this cloud.
Have there been recorded accidents from a hail of that size that you mentioned?
Some planes, yes. But these CB clouds are the good thing about the very short life. From the start to the end, it's 45 minutes to 60 minutes. On the time it gives you all this activation, all this activity, it's about 3 to 4 minutes. Strong hail, strong rain, strong thunderstorms activity. And thunderstorms activity is very dangerous for a plane. So if there's CB cloud over the runway of any airport, we close the airport for a few minutes, then when the whole things clear down, then we give clearance for a plane to come down.
Well, Yusuf, you know, a lot of people that are watching, maybe including me, I'll add myself on that list, have fear of flying. And now you've added something new to worry about, but I'm sure they shouldn't worry. Of course, the captain does communicate with the meteorologist all the time, and they get this information that you're providing now and educating us with.
Yes, the TAF we give him we update the TAFs every 6 hours. Before we have long range forecast and short range, 6 hours and 12 hours. Now they give 30 hours. They update it every 6 hours. If anything happens within this, we issue a segment. A segment, in 3 cases, if you have thunderstorms activity, or if you have a dusty storm, or wind turbulence. If the visibility comes less than 2 meters, so we issue a segment. They add it to the TAF that in this airport we closed because of the visibility, the vertical visibility, horizontal visibility, less than 200 meters. So as I told you in the beginning, each plane before it takes off, about 100 persons are working for this plane. So it's very safe. And one of the pilot, he doesn't know 100% about engine because he's not engineer. He knows how to fly plane.
Of course.
But one of the main courses he has to study at least he knows all the abbreviation, all the things, all he knows. He needs how to read these maps. Is meteorological course. All pilots have to take
to learn the terminology and the abbreviations and the acronyms.
And just in case, sometimes he can see a plane coming from Egypt to Kuwait. He sees something strange. It's not on the map. Once he landed in Kuwait International Airport, he goes to the meteorological office. He said, "Okay, so and we call it pilot report." He tells us what he saw, which area exactly, what he saw exactly. We report it.
Okay, which leads us back to the question which I asked before the graphs, which is what are the common challenges that meteorologists face when it comes to aviation?
Sudden changes. This is one thing. Before, when I started working, that was back in 1980. Now with all you see nice, very nice, super nice maps, all computerized, clear.
Of course.
Before we had very, very old, ancient machines that comes. You can barely read the numbers. You can hardly. But we have to put every single number manually, especially on the night shift when we work from 9 to 7 o'clock, 10 hours straight. And out of this 10 hours, we might take a break for 1 hour or 45 minutes. You have to see all these maps. You have to report everything. Sometimes in any car, any airplane accident, first they look for weather conditions, and first then they go to the route forecast. Who's the meteorologist who signed it, whether he made a mistake or no. If everything is okay, then it could be the accident could be related to any other thing, not the. Then they can go to engine failure. They go to something, the pilot error they call it, or whatever, not related to weather.
Yes. So speaking of weather, now what about the storm seasons?
Very good. Okay, stormy season, like in Kuwait, we have stormy season comes in April and May when we transfer. This is in Kuwait and Egypt. In Egypt they call it khamasin. In Kuwait we call it sarayat, because we are going from cold weather to a hot weather. Then extreme changes comes. Then you have 4 seasons in one day. You have strong wind, dusty weather, and thunderstorms activity, heavy rain and hail. Then the whole thing stops with the thunderstorms activity. Then everything stops. We have nice fair weather afternoon. These conditions happens between 5 to 7 o'clock p.m. So in April and May, between 5 and 7 o'clock, between 5 and 6 o'clock. So we are alert always to give. Because CB accumulates, accumulates the CB clouds. The accumulation comes in a few minutes. So within a few minutes, the whole thing could change everything.
Well, Abu Yusuf, we do have to pause here as we do have a report, and we'll be right back to our conversation, of course. Dear viewers, as usual, our camera crews and everybody behind the scenes have been working diligently to bring you the best content. And with that, they have prepared this report. Let's watch it together, and we'll be right back. Stay tuned. Welcome back, dear viewers. If you're just tuning in, you're watching Hala Kuwait on your favorite family channel, KTV2. And I'm pleased to be joined by our distinguished guest, Jamal Ibrahim, a senior meteorologist. Once again, Mr. Jamal, now we talked earlier about something that was important, which regards the storm seasons. Now, you mentioned something as sarayat and something that in Egypt happens. What about in Asia? There's like the monsoon and other things.
In the Indian subcontinent, the monsoon season. Monsoon season starts from June, July, and August. 3 months. This is a low pressure Indian monsoon. This will bring heavy rain to India, very dry, hot, extremely hot weather over Kuwait and the desert area. This is monsoon. The good thing about weather, it's really complicated, but it's divided to time. Like monsoon starts June, July, and August. Sarayat in Kuwait starts from April and May. Hurricane season and typhoon season. Hurricane season in the States, typhoon season in the Far East, like Japan, Philippines. Typhoon is just like hurricane, but they name it typhoon. Here they call it hurricane. It starts in September, October, and November. So this season. In the winter time, you have clear, no problem, fly anywhere. So, but hurricane season starts, plane away from hurricane starts. But anyway, planes fly about 30 3 to 40,000 feet is way above all clouds, above all the weather conditions, even above hurricanes, and all these things happen in the low service. So that's why I told you it's safer to fly by plane than cars. Really go on the air, rear hop. But that's why you have to fasten your seat belt and the takeoff and landing. Why? Because most accidents happen takeoff and landing.
The first 15 minutes, I've read something like this. It's more likely that it's something will
and the
happen.
Takeoff and landing.
Yes.
Yeah.
First at the end of the 15
yeah.
minutes, yes.
Takeoff and landing. In the upper area, you have no problem. But our advice, even all pilots' advice, put all your flying time, put your seats on, just in case you go through a bumpy weather. You don't your head don't touch the ceiling of the plane, and you could damage your head.
Of course. So now let's shift gears, Abu Yusuf. How do you manage to get accurate readings for aviation purposes?
Okay, all meteorological department in all the world, we are connected together, all the globe. We send our meteorological data in the state of Kuwait we send it to, I think, to Hamburg or somewhere
in Europe,
in Europe, in Germany, and goes to Saudi Arabia, and these are the main stations. They send our information to all over the world, and we get information from all over the world to the state of Kuwait. So hour by hour, we have information of all international airports, national and international airport. We give them our information. We have maps. We do maps, service map and upper air map for all these stations, so we know how does the pattern. You cannot do, you cannot have the weather for state of Kuwait to do the forecast. No, even the forecast for state of Kuwait, you have to have the maps all over. Because how the system is moving, low pressure, high pressure system, how they're moving. Are we affected by low pressure system or high pressure system? Where the CB cloud will develop, where the clouds will be moving, what type of clouds coming in. All these you have to study the whole thing.
Of course. So this leads me to my next question. You did mention that we're all connected in the world when it comes to that. So for the people that are watching the news, what news channel should they watch? Is BBC, let's say, more credible than the Kuwait news channel when it comes to the weather forecast? Which one shall they watch?
Yeah, this way I always face this problem with people who go to Diwaniyah. So many people, oh, BBC told us Kuwait is going to rain after 2 days, or CNN said so and so. To listen to the weather station in Kuwait, you should listen to Kuwaiti Meteorological Department and Kuwait International Airport, because we send our information to all over the world. If you ask him about the weather forecast for England, I can relay it to you because I have connection. We are getting information from England. I told you what will happen to them there, or what is the forecast. And they're getting our forecast in Kuwait from our meteorological department. So whenever if we want to get the right information, from any country, any state, any city, you can get it from that city or that state. That's why you can get the accurate weather and forecast.
So back to getting the accurate readings. Now everybody behind the scenes, of course, they've prepared the graph that we were mentioning earlier. Can you explain it to our dear viewers that are watching at home?
Yeah, this is a graph. This is called significant weather. Significant weather, this we're showing the CAT, clear air turbulence, which you see a very dark line. Speed of the wind reaches more than 60 knots, which is about 120 kilometers per hour. This is where bumpy weather comes, and this is where they do calculation for the speed, of the plane, time of the plane, time of the flight, and how much fuel they want to take from one place to another. Another thing with round things like this is show where CB cloud accumulation could happen in this area. So the pilot tried to avoid this place. So when the operation of the airline system, they make a route forecast according to these maps. So pilot sees these maps, he knows he will go into a bumpy area. That's why he said, okay, please fasten your seat belt. We are going to a clear air turbulence or air turbulence.
So when we watch these or watch out for these predictions, are they the same as the regular daily forecast?
This is daily forecast. Yes, we're doing these maps twice a day. Once we do it for eastbound Like we in the evening we do it for westbound. Westbound, all planes going west of Kuwait, going to England or Egypt or States, they fly in the morning. So overnight we do all these maps for them. And afternoon we do maps for eastbound, for all planes going to India or Far East, Japan, Tokyo or Philippines. So we do east and westbound. Every 12 hours you do westbound. And sometimes in between, while we are doing for westbound, we have a plane going to eastbound. We do a special route forecast for that plane.
I see. So can you tell us what points are important in this matter when it comes to reading the forecast? What are some of the things that the viewers can watch out for when they're reading it?
Okay, not the viewer. This route forecast only for pilots and people working on aviation.
Okay.
Every single item is important because when you work in engineering or mathematical things, you have one variable, you have many things fixed. But in our job, everything is variable. Wind is variable, speed. Temperature is variable, pressure is variable, accumulation of rain is variable. Everything is not fixed. No, we don't have anything fixed. So you accumulate. If you have a book of mathematics and physics and thermodynamics, you put them in a blender, then you get a book of meteorology.
Exactly, yes.
So nothing is fixed, so you go to many variable things.
So is it fair to say that the meteorologists have this bridge of communication with the airport and the pilots, and how do they communicate with each other?
We're communicating with these maps, route forecast. Normally, pilot himself, he has to come to the meteorological office. He discusses the maps with us, and we show him everything. Then his people in operation room, they do a route forecast for them. Even people in operation room, they know how to read these maps very well. So they make a route forecast for a plane, how much fuel they need. And that's when you say a pilot going from Kuwait to London, England. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have flight from Kuwait to Heathrow Airport. A flight takes about 7 hours, 30 minutes. All these numbers he's been given to him according to our maps by his operation people.
I see. Well, this has been very educational, Mr. Jamal Ibrahim, Senior Meteorologist. It was a pleasure having you. Thank you for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Well, dear viewers, that concludes the interview. And now we go to this report called the Sman Institute. Stay tuned for that and much more.